day 4 of my Happiness Habits projects out of 66 days that I'm trying to set myself a goal of constantly making the decision to be happy in every conscious moment that I can. And I found yesterday was a tough day, not in regards to making the decision to be happy. It's something I was sort of conscious of every single day. But work-wise was tough. I came across some pretty poor attitudes, and it was a tough day in general to do any type of sales or commission that I try and do with my work. It was very quiet. I had heaps of people cancel appointments on me, but the happiness that I found in yesterday, like if I was to sum it up in an entire day, was my ability to stay motivated and to keep motivated. And that's kind of been like my theme for the last 12 months, is making sure that I'm staying motivated towards goals. Sometimes it's pretty easy to fall off the bandwagon, particularly New Year's resolutions. New Year's just sort of went along. People set big goals, major goals. And like I've said in the past, I'm not one to set like a big resolution. To me, it's just about sort of getting better every single day. So I found happiness in my ability to stay motivated, to be conscious of keeping up these habits of happiness, keeping up my general daily routine, staying motivated to exercise. It really sort of drives me every single day that I'm able to be healthy enough to be able to do these things. So that's the gratitude that I find in every single day. Like I said, so much of your happiness comes from gratitude. So no matter how little you have, you still have to be grateful for those little things that you do have. And for me, I've got 3 key things that I'm sort of grateful about every single day. It's my health in particular. That's something I really focus on, that I've got the health and the ability to keep on track and be motivated to keep continuing to improve that. My family's health. I've got a happy, healthy little boy. I've got a happy, healthy partner. And the other thing is what I have, or what's been provided to me. Everybody sort of always has financial goals, right? And you're always trying to meet these higher financial goals. You look at these external material things that you think make you happy. Like someone might have more than you. They have a nicer car, a nicer house, or multiples of these things, or ability to go on longer holidays. And yes, they're things and goals that I strive for as well. But I'm grateful for what I've been provided so far, because sometimes it's easy to forget the opportunities that we have in life and what we're grateful for, right? So let's look. Like, I live in this nice big 3-bedroom house. My son has everything he wants. We essentially have everything we want outside of extravagant material things. I have the ability to go to the gym. I have the ability to train. I have the ability to go eat. So for being grateful for what you already have, and what your money that you currently have already provides you, is a really massive part of that, rather than constantly wanting and needing more in those material things. And that tends to drive down happiness, because it's like, I don't have that thing, I'm not going to be happy until I have that thing. So yeah, a lot of happiness to me, towards me, to myself on day 4, towards motivation, and making sure that I'm keeping that happiness in check, through being grateful for the health and things that have already been provided. So there's those key 3 things for me. Like I said, my health, my family's health, what we've already been provided by what we have, through what we have in our own financial means so far. It's just something, you got to reflect, right? You got to reflect back on the situation could be worse. Perfect example, my son comes home from kinder yesterday. He's gone up to a new older room, kindergarten 1, which is a little bit old for him. Like, he's advanced in his speech and how he does things, so he's moved up to the next class, not by much, only by like a few months or something like that. So now we're faced with this challenge where there's kids that are older in his class, right? So he comes home yesterday and he's like, Daddy, they were all calling me a little baby yesterday. He's only 3.5. Obviously there's kids that are like 4.5. And he's like, oh, they're calling me a little baby. And it's something that he was sort of upset about. But to me, it's like I mentioned in my video yesterday, like, I'm grateful about the fact that that's all my son has to worry about, is these little petty things like names. Like, he's not coming home going, Dad, I'm hungry. Like, where's the next meal coming from? Where are we sleeping tonight? So you've really got to put into context where you are, what you're doing, where you're living, and being grateful for those things. And it's a key thing that I've realized over the last 3 years after some stuff and traumas and stuff that we went through. I had, without not validating what I went through, because it was tough, but at the same time thinking, it could be far worse. I right now could have lost a leg. I could have been in a situation where I couldn't exercise the way I wanted to. I could be completely blind. Like that was definitely a risk at one point, and went partially blind for a little period of time. So I might not have even been able to see what my beautiful baby boy looks like, or see, anything ever again. So there's got to be gratefulness in every little situation. So every time you have something a little tough go on, always be grateful for what you already have. And when you're getting anxious and worried about striving for those things you're not achieving yet, also be very grateful for what you've already been provided through your own financial means, as little as that is. As long as you've got a roof over your head, you're able to eat a meal. Some people don't have that luxury, but they still survive, and they're still happy in some sense as well. So that's day 4 for me. Happy to stay motivated and grateful for those 3 things in my family.